All right, welcome everybody. It's now time. Now time to go through every single one of these things. Games for week number 5. Now the new rankings for week number 6. And everything from there, who moves up, who moves down, and the standings and everything. All right, here we go. BC upset Florida State. A huge upset there. Florida State will fall. Western Michigan beat AA. Texas beat Houston. UMass big over Navy. Colorado State blew out Hawaii. Pitt solid over Army. Missouri beat Louisiana. Fresno State blew out Oregon State. Virginia blew out James Madison. Liberty gets their first win, blowing out Old Dominion. UConn blew out Buffalo. Ohio State beat Michigan State. Michigan beat shutout Bowling Green. Texas State 5-0. They're looking like a solid team. Kansas beat TCU. East Carolina beat Vanderbilt. Tulane beat UL Monroe. Notre Dame killed Wisconsin. Indiana killed Northern Illinois. Georgia Tech killed Jacksonville State. Tennessee beat Charlotte. Penn State slaughtered Temple. Colorado beat UNLV. Minnesota beat Iowa State. Nevada over Wyoming. Baylor beat Utah. Auburn beat FIU. The game you just saw, Virginia Tech, a huge win by 3 over Kentucky. Georgia slaughtered App State. Utah beat Air Force. Kansas State beat UTEP. South Carolina over Coastal Carolina. Stanford low scoring over San Diego State. Texas A&M killed Rice. Louisville by 3 over Maryland. Miami. This was a great comeback win in overtime. Miami beat UAB. Cincinnati beat Kent State. USF over UCF. Clemson slaughtered Kennesaw. Alabama beat Troy. LSU slaughtered Arkansas State. Memphis beat Middle Tennessee. UTSA upset Nebraska. Akron beat Ohio. Oregon barely beat UCLA. Florida beat South Alabama. Louisiana beat Iowa. Georgia Southern beat Georgia State. North Carolina beat Duke in that rivalry game. We had that one. SMU by a field goal. West Virginia over Marshall. Northwestern over Ball State. Cal doubles up San Jose State. Oklahoma beat Tulsa. And New Mexico beat New Mexico State. Toledo beat Mississippi State. Lost to Mississippi State. And Boise State beat Washington State. Now all of a sudden what we're going to do is we're going to advance to the next week. And let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Don't care there. Don't care there. All right, Pitt versus Navy. First of all, let us see the top 25. So here we go. The media rankings. Oregon number 1, Ole Miss number 2. They play Minnesota, Ohio State 3. They drop. Alabama is number 4. Penn State's 5. They stay the same. This is the media poll. Missouri is 6. Clemson 7. Michigan moves up to 8th. LSU moves to 9th. Georgia is 10th. NC State is 11th. They move up after a bye. Texas is 12th. They play Colorado State. You never know. Oklahoma is 13th. Florida plays UCF. Notre Dame plays Illinois. You never know there. Tennessee off this week. Washington moves up to 17th. Kansas moves up to 18th. Florida State and Alabama play the big game of the week. Louisville and Arkansas. That's going to be a very big game as well, as they are right next to each other. Texas A&M at Texas Tech. That'll be big. Virginia Tech moves up a spot. They're 5-0. They play at James Madison. USC 24th, and Kentucky moves down to 25th. In the media, Texas State gets 53 votes. Texas State gets 53 votes. That is big. Colorado getting votes. Miami. And they're getting votes. They still have a long time. This is for week 9. I'd be like, what in the world? But you can see that there. Let's go to the coaches. And the coach Ohio State is 4. Michigan is 5, Penn State is 6, LSU 7, Missouri 8, Georgia 9, Clemson 10, Oklahoma 11, Texas 12, they're moving up, Washington 13, Florida 14. Notre Dame is 15th, they killed Wisconsin, they play Illinois now. NC State will play Wake Forest, they're 16th. Virginia Tech moves up to 17th. Remember, they were a lot higher up. They play James Madison. 18th is Kansas, 19th is Tennessee. USC will play at Washington State, they're 20th. Florida State will play at number 2, Alabama. Oh, that's going to be a big one. Texas A&M against Texas Tech. Arkansas against Louisville. That'll be a big one. And the same thing in Colorado is 4-0 against Wyoming. More Texas State didn't receive a vote. How do you beat 2 top 25 teams and you're undefeated and you don't receive a vote? Well, we're going to have to see on that one. Let's take a look at the standings. The conference standings. That's the ACC, and you can see Pitt in that one. But let's take a look, and let us start and go to the conference right here. Penn State, how about them? And UMass, how about UMass? 5 straight wins. And right now Syracuse is 3-0. Their only loss was to Ohio. Pitt is 3-1. They lost to West Virginia. West Virginia, though, has 2 losses in the conference. So Pitt will try and run it out. If they run it out, I believe they play UMass. If they run it out, which they can do, they might be really good and play Penn State for the title. The American, Notre Dame, 4-1, Indiana, Illinois, Purdue. I'm looking at this. The conference wins. Illinois is undefeated. Notre Dame, that'll be big. Notre Dame and Illinois. You see Northwestern, Purdue, nothing very settled there. The Big 12, Ohio State and Michigan. Both teams are very good. They might play for a playoff spot. Everybody else struggling a little bit. And there we go. We go to the Big Ten. What we just saw. Now Virginia Tech, 23rd. Kentucky, 25th. Louisville, 20th. Maryland, Old Dominion, right there. Conference USA, the first division. LSU and Ole Miss. Oh, wait till they play. That might be for the division title. We'll have to see. You never know. The other division, Missouri, is pretty much locking up. Missouri and Arkansas look solid there. In the MAC, one division, Clemson and Georgia. Remember, Clemson beat Georgia in the first game of the year, so they have that tiebreaker, but Georgia is 10th. They want to go up and they want to get a wild card spot. On the other side, Tennessee, 4-1. North Carolina, 4-1. NC State is 4-0. They're undefeated. Tennessee and NC State. Remember, NC State beat Tennessee in the first week of the year. In the Mountain West, this is the Florida Conference. Alabama and Florida, both undefeated there. 14-4. That'll be huge when they play. Florida State is 3-0 in the conference. And we got to go there. Pac-12, the old Pac-12 plus a few. Number 1 Oregon is still number 1. They got to go through. They have USC and Washington in their division. The SEC, the one division, Texas State is leading. They beat Texas and Texas A&M. I think they just got to keep on going through. If they go through, my God, they got a shot. The other thing, Oklahoma is 13th. Kansas. Oklahoma is 5-1. Kansas is 4-1. So Oklahoma and Kansas, that'll be big. The Sun Belt, all the Western teams. Colorado got some votes. BYU, Utah, I mean, Colorado State, not the craziest. Colorado's got to beat somebody. And they're going to be good. I mean, Colorado's a good football team. They're all right. They're solid. They'll beat you. But there we go. So now what we do is we find out who is playing what in this day and in this game. So we are going to take a look at there. Schedules. First of all, the national games. The national games, you have Alabama and Florida State. Whoops, sorry. So you have Alabama and Florida State, probably our game of the week. Louisville and Arkansas, very, very good game. Ole Miss at Minnesota, Illinois at Notre Dame. So that looks like 4 good games. Let's take a look at right now. First of all, the scores and schedules here. You have, oh, look at this, Louisville and Arkansas. That might be a tomorrow game from Arkansas. Who knows? West Virginia and Army will start there. Same Houston, UTEP, Rutgers, and Penn State. Jacksonville at Kennesaw. We might show that game. That would be a big Kansas win if they win. USF at FIU, Indiana, Northwestern. Iowa, Mississippi State. Wake Forest at NC State, a good test. UCF at Florida. Rice at Kansas State. Ole Miss at Minnesota. Oh, could be a good one. Eastern Michigan at Ohio State. Could be another wipeout. Washington at Stanford. Pitt at Navy. Western Kentucky versus Kentucky. Oregon at San Diego State. Now that might be a great game. That might be a great game. New Mexico State, Utah. This might be a great game. Illinois and Notre Dame. Ohio, Michigan State. Marshall and Temple. Louisiana Tech at LSU. Memphis and Duke. Wyoming and Colorado. You never know with that one. Alabama, Florida State. One of our games of the week. Probably our national game of the week. Georgia Southern, Georgia Tech. Georgia Southern wins that game. That would be big. Georgia, Coastal Carolina, Wisconsin, Purdue, Miami, Toledo, Southern Miss, Louisiana, East Carolina and Charlotte, Texas A&M and Texas Tech. Colorado State and Texas. Texas trying to get a wild card. Ball State and Central Michigan. Arkansas State at Texas Tech. Liberty at Maryland. Florida Atlantic at Troy. Syracuse at Buffalo. Arizona at UCLA, Baylor and Tulsa, North Texas at Houston, Michigan, Kent State, USC, Washington State, TCU at Oklahoma, BC at Missouri. You never know, that might be a good one. New Mexico at Auburn, Cincinnati, Bowling Green, Tulane, Iowa State, Georgia State, Clemson, Hawaii, Fresno, BYU, UNLV, San Jose State, at Air Force, and Old Dominion at Virginia. Probably start with Texas State and then just work from there. All right, that's going to be it for us today. Have a great day. We're going to see you later. Wait. We got to go to Heisman. Players of the week very quickly. Caleb Herring versus Charlotte, 14 tackles, 6 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery. Offensively, Eugene Wilson III versus South Alabama, 5 receptions, 294 yards, and 4 touchdowns. That was pretty good. The Heisman watch, the James Pierce Jr., the right end. He's a speed rusher. Last game, he had 8 tackles, 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries. It was pretty good. The other side for Tennessee, Caleb Herring, 6 sacks. We had Caleb Herring. Those 2 are big. Abdul Carter for Penn State, 4 tackles, a sack, 2 forced fumbles. Right outside linebacker, Jaron Canuck, 6 tackles and a sack versus Tulsa. And Jordan James, 110 yards, UCLA, and it just keeps going up and down like that. All right. That's going to be it for us today now. Have a great day. We'll see you later.